For me, I want to do something bigger and something better.
If I had 100 Stephanies on the team, it would be wonderful.
She's always putting herself ahead, and she wants to be someone, you know.
A lot of her peers probably have no idea how far she's come on her own. They just see her as Stephanie, regular kid.
I was born here in Los Angeles for 7 years. It was me, my sister, my 2 little brothers.
Dad was abusive to Mom, Dad drank, and Dad was soon out of the picture. So her mother really was stuck with raising 4 kids and wasn't sure how she was going to have income.
I don't think I ever got a warning like, oh, we're going to Mexico next week. I think it was just like, we're going to Mexico now. I stayed there for about 3 years. I didn't like the education over there. I wasn't learning anything. I told my uncle, the one that lives here, I called him and he's like, oh, you can come live with us, but you know you're never gonna see your mom again, right?
Siempre que hablábamos, decía que quería venir para acá.
You know, when you're 10, who doesn't want an adventure, but you're really not thinking about the consequences of that decision? I mean, leaving your family is a really big deal.
When I was leaving my mom, that's when I actually cared. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. She's like, oh, don't worry, you'll do fine. You'll go to school. You can always call me.
She lives with her aunt and uncle, who have 4 children of their own. As much as you say, oh, sure, we'll bring this child into our home, I think it's different. I think there's always a difference between your own kids and the child you take in.
I used to sleep on the couch. They got rid of it because there was like a huge hole in the middle. So now I sleep in the living room on the floor.
Pues yo creo que la familia ha sido muy difícil para ella amoldarse a nosotros.
At one point, she was asked to leave the home. And I think that was when she realized, oh, I have to make this work. Because the sad reality was she had nowhere to go.
I know my aunt's family, that's my family too. My friends are my family. But like my real family, I don't even speak to them anymore. My brothers don't remember me. When I called, he was like, oh, who are you? And then he started crying because he was scared. Sometimes I want to tell my mom, like, oh, this happened. I call her, but then she cries. So then I would start crying, and we would never really have a conversation. So then I kind of just stopped calling her. And sometimes I can pretend that me and my mom are actually doing stuff. But, I mean, I know it's gonna happen someday.
In a way, it's the woman who's not there, but it's the woman who's always there. And she carries that inside of her.
And it's just sad to see that her mom's far away, but she wants to make them proud. She wants to be a bigger person.
Just because she's alone doesn't mean she can't do it, you know? So that's how I want to be. Like, I want to be like my mom. In the area where I live, it's not so great. I kind of wanted to get out of there. I wanted to experience something else, like something different. I wanted to meet new people.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely.
I
I first met Stephanie in the bus. Our bus rides in the morning are an hour and a half. Usually we talk for half an hour and then she falls asleep. So yeah, that's Stephanie.
She wasn't actually always outgoing, so I think it's really good that she grew out from being kind of shy and she became this really outgoing and friendly person who talks to everyone.
I'm taking Italian. That was like one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Da riascoltare, da rileggere, vero?
Stephanie leapt at the opportunity to take an AP Italian, and she does really, really well in the class. She shows up every day ready to go, eager, able to take risks, and all of that spills out into other areas of her life clearly.
She just came to me once and said, they're taking runners at school. I'm like, Steph, do you know how to run? She goes, not really, but I think it's something I want to do.
Stephanie is one of the hardest working runners, not just on this team, but that I've ever had over my career as a coach.
She has found a family there. I think it has given her a confidence that few other things have.
It's a real moment for her to receive a lot of attention, which she deserves and which she's been lacking in a lot of ways from all kinds of adults, recognizing and looking at her and saying, "You're great. We're proud of you."
From her background, I don't think she thought she would be going to college or be able to afford it. It's really special that she has that opportunity.
She will be a professional, there is no doubt in my mind. She's going to do great.
I think she understands the struggle, and I think that's why she does so good in school and so good on the track and in cross country, because she understands that nothing is given, nothing's guaranteed. You have to go out and you have to get it sometimes, and she's a go-getter.
Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Obstacles don't matter. They're just a test to see if what you want to do is actually what you want to do. And I've had terrible experiences, but that hasn't stopped me, and I know I can succeed.